back to my channel. My name is Jordan Hayden, and if you didn't know already, I had my first boxing charity event just about a week ago. And today I'm going to come in here to talk about the experience of what it's like, the thrill of the fight, etc., the outcome of it as well. So to talk about it first of all, as an event, it was an amazing experience. Like, we literally got treated as like professionals, where we had ring walkout music. You know, we had like a whole ramp to go down. Obviously, the whole like not stadium, it was like a little, the Magnificent Centre. It's like a whole centre was like shouting for us and stuff like that, and like having an experience of our names like now entering the ring and all the ring walkout. It was just, it was like a really vivid, but like touching experience. Like the whole day from 1 o'clock when we got there to when I fought, which was about 8:45, maybe 8:50, it was an experience that I'll never forget, and I will take through like the rest of my hopefully career as a boxer in the next few years as well. The day itself was a really long day. It was like 8 hours before like when I got there to when I fought, and it was a long day. It was a good like anticipation build up for like the first fight. I wasn't on super late when I was like the last 3 fights, but I was on like the 7th out of 11 or 12. So it was like, yeah, it was really, really long throughout the day. But that sort of anticipation, that's gone now. That experience of going through the nerves, you know, being surrounded by obviously everybody else who's nervous and like running about, you know, all I had to do was like sit down, calm myself. You know, I felt like I was sat there with like bees running around me. Everybody's like really nervous, walking around really fast and stuff like that. And it was just me and like maybe a few other people that were like sat down, chilled out, you know, trying to save as much energy as possible in the back. Like literally, it was funny though, because I handled it a lot better than I thought I was gonna do, which was something I was worried about. So now going into the fight itself, the outcome was that I got a dub, which is always, that's always great. That's why I go in there, you know, to get a W. Nobody likes to lose, so you know, that whole feeling of being like, oh yeah, I've just won this fight. And what actually happened in the fight was, I'll probably put a few videos in as well. So the guy was quite a bit more experienced than me. He had a couple more fights, and obviously this is my first fight. And you could tell straight away, like just in his demeanor, his stance and stuff like that, how much like of a good boxer he was, because he's throwing a jab out, a snappy jab, and like the experience of going in there with somebody who has more experience was like, I was like, yeah, I can mix with this guy who's had a couple more fights than me and been through that experience plenty of times, and I hung in there with him. You know, I gave him a few bangs as well. And then when we got, after the first round, we got back to the stools, and I was like, whoa, that felt decent now. I was like a bit out of breath. I was like getting it under control. And one of my cornermen looks at me and was like, you all right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. He's like, calm down. But you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm cool. And he's like, you ready for round 2? And I was like, yeah, come on. And then like I obviously got some water and stuff like that. Close to the head guard, and I went back to like the middle of the center of the ring to be like, referee, gloves, you know, like start the match. And then referee just went like that, and I was like, what? And I like looked back at my corner, and I looked back, and I was like, what the hell? And then he was sat on the stool, and he popped his shoulder out. So before the fight even started, I'd already won pretty much. Like the first round was just, it was sort of like a chess game with like a few pawns knocked off the board. And then I was like ready to go out for round 2. I was like, yeah, come on, this is it now. You know, this is where it starts getting fun. And the fight ended, which I'm not like overly excited about, but I'm also happy that the fact that I didn't take too much damage from my fight, like my first fight. I went in there with it, like got over the experience. I got a W almost without having to put like that like war, like some of my friends and some of the other people in the car, they had to literally slug it out the whole fight. They took some serious bangs, maybe got a few injuries as well, and I was sort of like injury free. So you know, that's something that I can always be like, yeah, you know, I'm cool now. I'm like, if I were to fight, I probably could have fought the day after, because I literally went in there, did one round, got literally like jabs in the nose, and that was the only like extent of like injuries. Was like a little soreness on the end of my nose. That's literally it. So I was ready to go, which, you know, I'm not too pressed about that, because I got a W without taking too much damage, and it was nice to see the family there. Like, my family didn't have to like watch me get punched in the face too much, which is always like, it's not pleasant for them either. Like, it's not pleasant for me to get punched in the face, but my family and stuff like that, it's even worse for them, because they can't do nothing about it. I can do something about it. I can go in there, I can knock him out, I can move my head. They're sat watching, going, oh no, oh jab, oh, and then shouting and stuff like that. So yeah. But in terms of like the experience going into the ring with nerves and stuff like that, about an hour before the fight, when I saw like the names being ticked off going up to my fight, obviously the fights before, they get closer and closer, and I was like, oh, that's when like the sort of like the nerves start to kick in. That's when I was like trying to relax a little bit, take a few deep breaths, and then I was like nervous like an hour before, so the hour before like the fight. And then when it got around to fight time, so like when I put my gloves on, my head guard on, gum shielding, and then I started warming up on the pads, it sort of just went like that nervousness turned to focus and excitement, and I was like, I just wanted to get in there at that point. I'd been there 8 hours already, and I was like, yeah, just get me in the ring. You know, this is what I do best. Just let me get in there. And the feeling of going the pads, getting warm and stuff like that, I was just getting like riled up even more. The walkout, it was just tunnel vision. Like, I had ring walkout music, and I had a ring girl in front of me. I didn't see either of them. I was just literally just focused on that ring, and I couldn't see anything else. Like, any other man would have like failed and been like trying to look about, or would have been like vibing to the music. I was just like, right. Even the ring girl was walking too slow. I was about to trip over her. Like, I was probably trying to get a video on, but I was like walking fast enough. I was like right behind. I was like, oh, come on, it's real. So yeah, that's something. I don't think that's not necessarily unique to me, but that experience of going out there and stuff like that, that nervousness that I thought might, you know, like challenge my ability to do what I do best in the ring, sort of went out of the way. And it was like, it was a good thing, because, you know, I was able to go in there and do what I do best, and that's fight. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that I'm universally good at is fighting. So yeah. But if you got this far into the video, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. You know, thank you very much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll probably post the fight on my YouTube channel, and do a few videos on, you know, how to get prepared mentally, physically, etc., stuff like that. And as I get further down this journey, I'll probably do some videos on exercises and stuff like that, exercise routines, you know, mental preparation and stuff like that. But thank you very much, and take care.